Good evening, friends. I'm really thankful to Dr. Chabra for giving me this opportunity to share with you my um, views about the biomechanics and treatment perspective regarding articular cartilage injuries of the knee. Um, articular cartilage is a structure that covers the end of the bone which makes up a joint. It is a highly specialized connective tissue of diarthrodial joints, and it provides lubricated surfaces for articulation of the joint so that we move our joints effortlessly without any friction and pain. It also facilitates transmission of loads from the bone to the joint, and characteristically, it is devoid of blood vessels, lymphatics, and nerves. And very interesting thing about cartilage is that it has a very limited potential for intrinsic healing, and it has implications. It is made up of several layers from superficial to deep. The deepest layer lies on the subchondral bone, which give the cartilage foundation and also give some nutrition to the cartilage. Articular cartilage is mainly made up of water, collagen, proteoglycans, and non-collagenous protein, apart from very few cells, that is chondrocytes. The major component of the articular cartilage is water, which is 80% of the total weight of the cartilage. Biomechanically, the articular cartilage has the capacity of shock absorbing uh, 10 times more than the bone. It is a viscoelastic structure which shows creep and stress relaxation, and you know about these characteristics already. It is also an anisotropic structure. The cartilage is like a sponge, which is biphasic in character. The proteoglycans that it has is hydrophilic and holds the water. The collagen is tough and provides tension to the cartilage once the load is applied on it. On loading, when cartilage is compressed, the water and the solutes are expressed out like in the sponge until repulsive forces from proteoglycans balance the load which is applied on it. On removing the load, the proteoglycans rehydrate and restore the shape of the cartilage. Uh, on loading and unloading, there is an important exchange of proteins in the extracellular matrix and also to the chondrocytes. There are several types of lubrication that a joint has, depending on the location and the characteristic of the cartilage that the joint has. These are boundary lubrication, fluid film lubrication, hydrophilic, hydrodynamic lubrication, and elasto-hydrodynamic lubrication. The cartilage um, uh, has two phases, that is fluid and solid phase, and its viscoelasticity depends on its flow dependent as well as flow independent. The Young modulus of articular cartilage is much lower than the harder structures like steel and concrete and bone, because it's a soft, elastic, jelly-like structure with a modulus of elasticity 1.3 into 10 by 7. The factors which affect the cartilage health are uh, several, like obesity, malalignment of the joint, injury to the cartilage in an accident, or joint stability. And if that happens, it leads to osteoarthritis. Um, Exercise and weight loss generally have beneficial effect on the osteoarthritic joint, where the cartilage is diseased. Cartilage is actually a very marvelous and delicate structure that has been created by God, which is tough, elastic, and durable. But once this precious tissue is damaged, it leads to early osteoarthritis because it does not heal in most of the cases. And this was recognized way back in 1743 by a famous anatomist from London, John Hunter, who said that the cartilage, once ulcerated, never heals and repaired, and hence for almost 250 years there have been no significant advances and attempts to regenerate the cartilage, because we believe in this saying. But in last 2 to 3 decades, there have been several techniques by which cartilage or cartilage-like structures can be regenerated. Once the cartilage is damaged, because it has very few cells, that is chondrocyte, they degenerate with matrix destruction. Since there is no vascularity, there is no hematoma which is required for healing of any tissue, there is no fibrin, no inflammation, and hence cartilage does not heal primarily on its own. Once it is damaged due to disease or an injury, it can now be treated medically by surgical treatment or by nowadays regenerative treatment. And these are the several ways by which non-surgical and surgically you can repair the cartilage. Cartilage looks like this. This is a normal cartilage which is very smooth on a look at the arthroscopy. In early stages of cartilage damage, you see little dimping. In more severe cartilage degeneration, you see fibrillation and fissuring. And at the end, in grade 4 changes, you see subchondral bone where there is no cartilage left. Cartilage can be very well assessed now by MRI scan with a special scanning technique like D-Gemeric, where this cartilage can be shown very beautifully. Here you see there is a deficiency of cartilage due to an injury. Similarly, you can give various isotopes like sodium MRI or fluoride MRI, which highlights the cartilage and tell you about the injury. So there are various type of treatment that are now available to us which can regenerate cartilage, and that depends on the severity or the extent of the lesion of the cartilage injury and the activity of the patient. If the patient is high active individual like an athlete with severe grade osteoarthritis, a severe grade of cartilage injury, then he requires articular cartilage implantation or transplantation. Whereas if there is someone with a sedentary lifestyle with smaller lesion, either no therapy or little debridement of the articular cartilage can help. So there are various ways of restorative and regenerative treatments that are now available for the treatment of cartilage injuries. And initially, we treat these patients with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory nutraceuticals, intra-articular injections, and in those patients who do not respond to conservative treatment or have severe cartilage injuries, require these surgical procedures, which may be regenerative or restorative in nature. So nowadays, cartilage can be regenerated to a greater extent, and we can save these younger patients with high activity to go on to early onset of osteoarthritis. So to sum up, I would say that articular cartilage surrounds the articular surfaces of the bone and forms a joint. It allows painless movement of the synovial joint by reducing friction. It is composed of chondrocytes, which are the main cells which are embedded within the extracellular matrix. But most of the cartilage content is water, 80%. It is avascular, aneural, and hypocellular structures, and its response to trauma is very restricted because one cannot regenerate. Thank you for kind attention. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thank you once again, Dr. Chawda, for this opportunity.